All right, good morning and welcome back to the Rising Standard Podcast. My name is Harrison Lilly. I know I look a little different today, a little better than normal. Just kidding. My name is Megan Neighbors. I'm a realtor here on the team, and Harrison is out right now, and he thought, okay, of all the people I know, who would be the absolute best host? And he called me, and I said, okay, I will clear my schedule, and I will get it done for you. And so we're here with my guest, Sean Menefee.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So this podcast is basically just giving our agents on our team or any team members a chance to just kind of get to know you and talk about your story, your life, real estate, and kind of what got you here and anything you really want to talk about. So who is Sean Menefee?
That is a very good question. I think that Sean is someone who is constantly trying to figure that out every single day. And so just finding real estate, it was a very long journey to get here. Most people, know what they want to do, or a lot of people know what they want to do. I didn't know for a very long time. I've had many different jobs where I always just thought, is this the end goal? Is this what I'm going to be doing? Until I found real estate. And I've been so happy ever since. It's the best job that I've ever had.
Pull the microphone a little closer to your face.
Is that better?
What was that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so tell me, what did you do before real estate? Because I know that you worked at ULM, you did some cheerleading stuff. That's right, we've got a cheerleader in the house.
Yeah, so in college, I was a cheerleader. When I graduated, I started working as the spirit groups coordinator for ULM. Did that for a couple of years. I loved it, loved everything about it, loved being in the cheer world, because that was my world for 5 years while I was in college. So to be able to do that and take over, and the story is funny because coming into college, I was a football player, a baseball player, ran track, the typical guy sports stuff.
Yeah.
So when I got hurt in high school, I couldn't play baseball, I couldn't play football. So my plan was to just walk on to the ULM baseball team. And I went to, I don't know what it's called now, but way back in the day, it was called prep, where they bring all the freshmen in.
Yeah.
And on that last day, we had to do a spirit thing with our group. And I guess one of our skits was somebody doing a backflip. And so they asked, hey, does anybody know how to do a backflip? I did not raise my hand because someone else said that they could do it. So then we get out there and he kind of backed out or got scared. I don't know what happened. But I was like, yeah, I can do it. Hadn't done it in a while. So we get out there and I do it. And I pulled a muscle so bad. I was hurting so
Every
bad.
time, every story you tell me about doing any sort of flips, tricks, you pull a muscle every time.
Well, now I can say that it's because I'm old. Back then, I think it was just, I hadn't stretched. I didn't prepare for it, nothing like that. And so, but anyway, so I see this short little lady in all white. I thought she was like a nurse or something. She came running up to me. She was like, hey, have you ever thought about being a cheerleader? And I looked at her and I laughed and I said, hell no. And basically I walked away. And so we get back into this classroom in the library, and just in the middle, she just comes out of nowhere, opens the door. And I may be remembering it a little bit more dramatically than how it happened, but I remember it. Well,
no.
I remember her slinging the door open and finding me, but she did. She came into the classroom while all of my peers are in there, and she just is talking to me about cheer. And she's like, I promise you, it's not what you think it is, and we'll give you a full scholarship, and you get to be around all the pretty girls all the time. And I was like,
You're like, wait a second.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear the scholarship part. I was like, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So I get so I bask and I hear her out and everything. And I get home and the first thing my dad says is, boy, if you don't do that, you're stupid. So I was like, okay, so I'll give it a try. And they were like, you can just come to the practices. And if you don't like it after a couple times, then, you can leave, no commitment. So I was like, okay. And I can talk about that whole experience for hours, but fast forward. So once I got done with cheer, I applied for the spirit group's position to be that same lady who ran up to me. And it is funny because that's what I was doing too. Like I was going to prep and I was seeking out people to see if they'd be a good fit and say, hey, come cheer or come dance or come be the mascot. For me, it was really mascot. I prided myself on finding like the best mascot. Like if you can dance, if you had rhythm, stuff like that, that's who I wanted to find for a mascot. So from there, I then got offered a job at varsity. I moved to Memphis for a year. Absolutely hated the position. Loved the company, but hated what I actually did. Because in the cheer world, like you want to be out in the field. You don't want to be cooped up in an office where you are just on the phone all day long.
Yeah.
You can't see anything. And that's so when I started as a spirit groups coordinator at ULM, that was my goal, was to work for varsity, because almost everybody in my position got recruited or got hired to work corporate for varsity. That's what they did.
Yeah.
So when it happened to me, I was like, this is a dream come true. Like they're paying for my relocation package. Like they're paying for everything for me to go up there because I was management. And then I just get up there and it's just not what I expected. It was basically like customer service where people were calling you if they wanted to order new uniforms or, I was in charge of that group of people and like customer service. That's not really what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
It's not what I expected. So then moving back here, I then got into, I started working for ULM in the pharmacy department. And that, it's...
So whenever you moved back here, did you have an idea in mind, like a plan of what you were going to do? Or you're just like, you know what? Varsity is not what I thought it was going to be. I'm just going to go back home and just see what happens.
So it's... My wife at the time got a job opportunity to work for her parents. And that's what originally sparked us moving back. And like I had already told... She knew how much I hated being there, and I was ready to get out.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was so ready to leave that I started interviewing for like management positions at fast food places in Memphis. Like I was that ready to just get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
So whenever she got that opportunity, we're like, okay, don't really want to move back to Monroe, but let's go. And so we moved back.
Honestly, like I did the same thing, I lived in Dallas for a few years, still had this job. So it wasn't the job. It was just getting life experience, getting out of your hometown and, just realizing, I feel like it does make you a little bit more grateful for Monroe, because growing up in Monroe, you're like, Monroe sucks. There's nothing to do here. You want to go do fun things, like go to concerts and games and all that stuff. And, yeah, it gives you a little bit of perspective, I think. So
it does once you move back. But like I will say, like during the time that I was in Memphis, and I was only there for a year, but like it felt like I was so gone from Monroe for so long. So like when we would come and visit Monroe, West Monroe, like this whole area just felt so like dark. And I was like I remember driving in one time and thinking, this town is poor. Like, I need to get out of here. This is not going to help me get to where I want to be because that's what I'm poor. I don't want to be in a poor town.
yeah.
So it was just, but then like moving back, obviously you have a different perspective. Like you're like, okay, I'm moving back. I got to make the best of it. And it's just funny how you move through different stages of your life, how your perception of places can change. Like depending on where you are in life, you can really love a place or you can really hate it. And that's everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so then I started working for the pharmacy department.
How how did you get into pharmacy? Because so I know your dad is a doctor. You graduated ULM with what degree?
Pre-physical therapy.
Pre-physical therapy. Okay. So how did you get into pharmacy?
So my dad is actually, so he was a pharmacist first.
Oh,
So yes,
wow.
so he's a doctor twice because he's an overachiever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nobody wants that much schooling, but
Not
yeah,
me.
he went to pharmacy school first at ULM, and so he was in pharmacy school. He graduated, and then he decided to go back to medical school to become an OBGYN. So that was the initial spark of like, oh, okay, let's see what this is about, and so let's get your feet wet in. Let's apply. Let's work there and see how you like it, to see if you want to continue. You know, and like at first, like it was great, like working there. You know, my job was traveling to different high schools, different colleges, giving seminars or speeches or just talking to kids about what pharmacy actually is. Because most people have one thought about what pharmacy is, and so it was my job to like explain how many different areas of pharmacy there are, explain about our program, you know, academic requirements, what you need to do to get into our program, things like that.
What's the coolest niche that people don't know about pharmacy? Like, what's the coolest pharmacy job you could have that you could like sell a kid on?
So for me, I always thought it was nuclear pharmacy because you're like, when you think of a pharmacist, you think of working at Walgreens.
Yeah,
and,
that's what
like,
I
boring.
imagine. Yeah.
But like a nuclear pharmacist, like you're working with like radioactive chemicals that can kill you. And like you're putting together, like some pharmacists are literally inventing new medications and playing with it. And if you're not careful, you could die.
Wow, that's so cool.
But there are so many different kinds of pharmacy.
Yeah.
And like it's now been a couple of years. So Mary, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I forgot my speech.
Wow, disappointment.
Yeah. But there's so many different types of pharmacy. And then I mean, I was learning when I was working there, and so it opened my eyes. I was like, okay, maybe I do want to do this. And I was around it so much. And then like just talking to different pharmacists and things like that, like people really wanted me to get into it and, you know, and actually do it.
Yeah, you hang around the barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut.
That's right. So, but yeah, for me, I think it was just, I got so tired of sitting in an office from, well, at ULM, it's 7:30.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's early.
Yeah.
But like 7:30 to 5 every single day, unless I'm traveling. Travel was great because I mean they paid for my hotel. I got a stipend, things like that. And really, you go talk to one or two schools a day, and then you're just chilling the rest
Yeah.
of the day. And what else are you supposed to do? But like for the money and just working the 9-to-5 job, having to report to a boss, it just wasn't me.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know how I am now. Like that was never going to work long term.
Yeah. I don't see it.
No, I don't like people telling me when I have to do something, what I have to do. I don't like having to ask permission to go to my daughter's Christmas concert or
Yeah.
things like that. Which, not to say that was ever an issue, 'cause especially working in ULM pharmacy, anytime I had an issue, they were always accommodating.
Yeah.
They never said, "Oh no, you can't do that." It was just the point of having to.
Yeah,
ask,
having to ask, not having the freedom to live your life, and especially having, at the time, 3 kids, that's a lot of responsibility.
It is. I mean, and even when I went through my divorce with my ex-wife, I pulled my boss to the side, told her what was happening, and it was. I mean, she gave me a big hug, and like it was no questions asked. Like, you take the time that you need, come back when you're ready. So it's not like it was like, oh, I I never got to take off or anything like that. It was never anything like that. It's just having to do that.
Yeah.
And because like that's in that situation, for me, that's embarrassing. To have to do that because I have to tell her, otherwise she's going to think I'm just skipping work.
Right.
And with real estate, if I go through that, I can just disappear for a couple of weeks and just come back and don't have to answer to anybody.
Yeah.
Harrison will still ask questions.
I mean, yeah, Harrison's still going to harass you, but
Yeah.
hey, man, what's going on?
Yeah, but I don't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so like my journey into real estate actually started while I was in Memphis. So it was 2017. I'll never forget. I had thought about real estate for a while, thinking about like, okay, how can I? What is this world? Like, what do I do? How can I get into it? I just started getting really curious about it.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. I had messaged Harrison. I can't remember if it was that day or if he like finally messaged me back because I said, hey, I have questions about real estate.
In 2017? Mm-hmm. How did you know Harrison before then?
Yeah, so me and Harrison actually went to school together. We played football at Ouachita together. He was a year older than me.
Okay.
Did you not know that?
If I did, it slipped my mind. I feel like I knew that y'all kind of knew each other. I just didn't know how.
Yeah, we both went to Ouachita together. We both were on the football team. He was just a year older than I was.
Okay.
And so...
I thought he grew up in Bastrop.
Now...
Why do I think that?
You're thinking of Sam, maybe.
No, Harrison lived in Bastrop at some point. Maybe it was elementary school.
Yeah, not during high school he didn't.
Okay.
He was at... He's a Lion.
Okay. So. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, I mean... At the time when I messaged him, this is when he was, just getting into it as well. But it shocked me because it's like, this is my classmate, even though he's a year older than me. I knew Party Harrison, Bar Harrison.
So did everybody else.
Yeah.
That's the only version of Harrison that we had so far in the world. I was wondering because 2017 was before he got big.
Yes, he did.
So I was like, how did you ask him about real estate of all people? Like, yeah.
So I obviously, because we went to school together, we were friends on Facebook, and Harrison and I, like, we weren't like the closest in high school or anything like that. We didn't hang around the same crowds of people.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we were still teammates. Like that's, anytime you talk to me about Harrison, oh, I love Harrison, is kind of like that. And so when I saw he got into real estate, I was like, okay, coming from what he was doing and everything, partying and all that. And so I just asked him, I said, hey, I've got a question. How much do you make in real estate? And I was like, you don't have to answer if that's too personal. And he told me, and it was in the six figures. And I was like, holy shit, are you serious? And then, so that really piqued my interest of like, I need to get into real estate. And so he just started talking to me about it and just telling me, it's commission only. And, if you don't have a closing or, you don't have houses to sell, you don't get paid.
You ain't gonna eat.
Yep. And so at the time, I couldn't risk that.
Yeah.
Because
most people can't.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
My ex-wife, she was working a little bit in Memphis, like doing cosmetic stuff, and I don't know the
cosmetology makeup artist. MBA?
Well, yeah, she was a makeup artist, and so she would get hired part-time to like go to, I don't know the
weddings,
whatever stores that were in the mall.
Oh, like Ulta, Sephora.
Yeah, to like do makeup and stuff like that. And so she helped out as much as possible, but it just if I didn't make a salary, we were screwed.
Yeah.
So I couldn't risk, and then I had 3 kids at the time as well, so I couldn't risk jumping into real estate and not getting a paycheck.
Was Jackson with you in Memphis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
We brought Jackson and both the girls, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was all of us up there.
Okay.
And so, and then a lot of the reason why she didn't work as well as up in Memphis was because we decided to homeschool Jackson and McKinley.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
For a little bit.
For a minute.
Yeah. We were not happy with the schools up there.
Yeah.
Or how they were handling Jackson. And so Taylor was just like, screw it, I'll do it.
So when you say handling Jackson, what does that mean?
Well, so early. So Jackson was diagnosed with Asperger's. Talk to him now, you would never know. I mean, he's so normal.
Yeah.
You know, but he was. There was a spurt where, you know, like textures would bother him. He's selectively mute, things like that. So even now, like when you talk to him, a lot of times like he won't speak up or he won't talk loud enough. And sometimes because he does present as such a normal kid, that when he does those things, it like pisses me off.
Yeah, because you're like, why aren't you talking to me? Like,
why are you not talking? Speak. And like I forget.
yeah. Because he does. Like, me knowing him, like, he's a totally normal.
100%. He's outgoing. Like, he will talk to people.
He's funny. He's smart. He's good at driving. He's
good at the drums. Like,
he's got so many great qualities. And yeah, so I would not know that at all, that he had ever been diagnosed with anything like that.
So we got him in very, very early. And I will say I do have to accredit the ex-wife for that because she's the one that pushed for that.
Yeah.
But
she stays on top of their medical stuff.
She does.
Yeah.
And so very grateful for that because like that made a huge difference for him.
Yeah.
But we decided we can do this, you know, ourselves. And she was pretty much a stay-at-home mom anyway. So, I mean, we turned the dining room into a classroom. Like we bought actual desks, like throwback desks, and where you know you have to scoot in from the side.
Yeah,
and, like
you could pop your back on them good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So the marker board, like the whole 9 yards. I mean, it was a full blown thing, and it didn't last very long. Obviously, we moved back, but like they made so much progress being homeschooled. So anyway, so that was why I couldn't risk just jumping into real estate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So fast forward to now meeting my wife, Marie. You know her a little bit, don't you?
I've met her a time or two.
But meeting her, you know, it was just kind of one of those things, and not a knock to any of the other spouses that I've had, but like she was the first spouse that had a profession.
Yeah.
You know, she was already established as Neville's band director. And she made really good money. And so the thought of real estate just kept coming back into my head, and like me not feeling all the way fulfilled at ULM, I was like, okay, how do I make this a reality? And so I just started doing the research, and I started taking the classes. And my goal was to do it part-time, to see if I like it, to establish myself first.
Most people assume real estate agents are part-time. Like that's kind of what people associate that with. So yeah, that makes sense.
But I didn't. I mean, I knew it was a full-time job.
I guess you knew Harrison too.
Yeah,
so,
and I had talked to him and everything. And so I just started taking the courses and everything, and I went through the whole process of getting my license and everything. And I just started I started coming around the office a little bit, and I just fell in love with it. And it took me, I think it took me all of like a month or two to say, okay, I'm going to quit my job and do this full time. And it kind of worked out perfectly because Marie was pregnant, and we were about to have Luca.
Yeah.
So I took paternity leave. And during that paternity leave, I was able to build up my clientele, slowly start making the switch and like letting people know I'm a realtor now. You can come and use me. I had a show, my best friend, he was my best man at my wedding.
Jonathan,
you know Jonathan a little bit too.
Yeah.
He was the very first client that I had, very first closing that I've ever had. So I was able to get my feet wet while I was on paternity leave. And so when I came back, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So
That's perfect.
yeah, I mean, it really worked out well. And I knew that if during this transition, if I struggle, which I did at first, if I struggle, Marie's got me.
Yeah,
Like,
she's got your back.
We will still be able to pay the bills. We'll still be able to make it. we may be eating ramen noodles for a little while, but
We know you ain't eating no ramen noodles.
yeah, well,
Maybe back then.
back then, yeah.
I do want to talk about your cooking show here in a minute.
We
so
can.
don't let me
we
forget
can.
about that.
Okay. Yeah. And so it just, from there, I truly found my calling. I love what I do. And I never wake up anymore saying, is this really what I'm going to do for the rest of my life? It's, yes, I get to do this forever as long as I so choose to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I love doing it. I love everything about it. Well, maybe not everything, but
Yeah.
for the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah, like I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. I love being able to put people in homes that they maybe never thought that they could. For me, I don't view it as sales.
No,
to me.
I don't either.
Yeah, because yes, I worked at Russell Cellular, which is Verizon Wireless, where you're selling phones. Oh, you got to get this phone, and don't you want a case with that, and like upselling and everything. In real estate, for me, I don't feel like I'm selling anything, because if you don't like a house, guess what? You're not going to buy it.
Yeah.
My job is to give you the facts, open the door for you, and help you and guide you along the way. You're going to make the decision if you like it or not. So I
Right.
don't feel like I'm selling anybody a house.
Yeah. We're not selling houses. We're selling ourselves and our services and our expertise. And
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Selling dreams.
There you go.
So I don't feel like it's a sale. Mm-hmm. So I just love everything about it. And then the rest is history. Rookie year, I got Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year over here. What year was that?
You would ask me that.
Is it either 2023 or 2024?
It was 2020. It was early 2023, I believe. But some days I'm like, what year did I get into real estate?
I don't know what year it is right now.
Right. We just all we do is work. We don't have time to think about what year it is. It was early 2023 when I got in.
When you got in, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then 2024's award ceremony, that's whenever you got the award for the 2023 year.
No, because, so when you're in, at least how you have to have one full year
Yeah.
of being a real estate agent to be qualified as a rookie. So because I got in it, I think officially in March, I didn't have a full solid year. So my rookie year, that was kind of like practice.
Yeah.
And then that following year was technically my rookie year.
Gotcha. Well, that's very impressive. So ever since then, you've been enjoying it, loving it, slinging houses left and right.
Slinging left and right. Now the kids, they make it hard sometimes, when you're working from home and the kids are there, especially in the summertime. And you have your days where, because you don't have somebody down your throat telling you, hey, do this, you got a deadline, do that. There have been times where I've slacked.
Yeah. It's easy to. I mean,
It is.
life happens. And
It's very easy to lay on the couch and watch TV all day when nobody's forcing you to do anything. And so, but the best motivator is, if you don't get your ass up, you don't get a paycheck.
Exactly.
So, and that's all you really need, and I may have my days where I slack, but it won't be for very long, because I know I need a paycheck.
Yeah. And I feel like the team does a good job of the balance of that, because other teams you're at or brokerages, there's no accountability. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't talk to like anybody. Like
Yeah.
you just do your own thing. Whereas every morning we've got power ups and we talk about like gratitude and skills, stuff like that. And then every evening at 4:45, it's Sean, what did you do today?
Yep.
What'd you get done?
Accountability call.
So at 5 o'clock or however you time it, 4:55, when you get on there when it's your turn.
Yeah, I plan that very strategically, so
Yeah.
I'm not on that call all day.
Yeah. But that you're going to have to answer that question. So it's a good balance.
It is. And it works for me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's my, very briefly, I don't know how brief that was, but in my terms, that's very brief of how I went from being a cheerleader to being a real estate agent.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned your ex-wife. you are one of the few people that I know that has a genuinely healthy relationship, co-parenting situation with both of the other mothers of your children. So Erica and Taylor are both like family. Like they come over, they eat dinner, we sit on the couch together, break bread. That's really inspirational because a lot of people are not like that.
Well, and I'll say it was not always like that.
Yeah.
And yes, I agree. Like with Taylor and Erica, both of them, I have a very good relationship with because it takes two people to actually want it. And at the end of the day, me, Erica, Taylor, we know that it's not about us. It's about our kids. And so what's going to make them happy? Seeing their parents happy, seeing their parents get along. My parents split up when I was in high school, I think. It's been a while, but for a while, it was bad.
Yeah.
And that like messes with you a little bit. Like even today, like they don't stay in the same room very long with each other unless they absolutely have to. And I don't like that, and especially with how much time has passed. Why can't you just be an adult and everybody be in the room together? And for the most, I'm not saying that when they aren't in the room that they're like fighting or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's always fine.
Yeah.
But they just choose not.
It's not ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't want that. And it took me, because I'm very stubborn, you know that.
No.
And it took me a while to get to the point where I actually wanted to do that as well. But I mean, there were, we've been in the courts and never really for custody, but like just different things. And you live and you learn, you get past it. You get out of a relationship, you're hurt, then you start to heal. And that's when you can really start building on that co-parenting relationship, when you're healed.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just like with Taylor, buying the house right next door to me.
Yeah.
I sold it to her.
Yeah. This was just 2 months ago.
Yeah.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't been, I think she just mentioned that she's about to pay her first mortgage. So
Yeah.
It's been very recent. But we did that because of our daughters. That was not her dream house. There were other houses that she liked way more than this house. But how many times do you get the opportunity to buy a house right next to the father of your kids?
Yeah.
Literally share a fence with.
Yeah. Y'all are going to put a gate, right? For the kids to. Taylor said she's going to do it.
Taylor says a lot of things.
Okay. Well, allegedly.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. If she pays for it, fine.
Yeah.
But it really was, she wanted to do that for McKinley and Carter.
Yeah.
And I will say it's been, everybody's like, because I know people seeing this, they're going to like, oh my God, how can you do that? Or that's weird or whatever. It really has not been that weird.
It feels normal,
Yeah, for the most part. Like I stay in my lane and in my house. Taylor stays in her lane and in her house with her stuff. Now she'll call me
Besides
every
when
now.
she needs a dinner here and there,
Yeah,
as we all do.
When she asks, "What you cooking?"
Yeah.
Or can you come hang this picture up for me?
Or, yeah.
But for the most, I mean, it's very normal. But our daughters are thriving now, because before, doing handoffs and stuff like that, especially if like it turns my day during the week. Okay, well, I don't have dance bags now. I only have your backpack because I'm picking you up from school or you're coming home from school. So now I have to drive all the way over there to get your backpack. If you forget something, I got to drive all the way over there to get whatever it is that you left. Where now they wake up and it doesn't really matter where their stuff is. If it's over there, we say, go next door and get what you need. And same. So it's, for the parents, it's so much easier, but for them, it's so much more of a relief.
Yeah, it's a stable home.
It is.
A stable 2 homes right there together.
Mm-hmm. And just like last night, Taylor texted me and Marie, because we have a group message with us 4. Mm-hmm. And she was like, McKinley's going to come over to y'all's house and sleep because she wants to get away from Carter. And that's what she did. And it's like
Sisters.
and so she came over, went into her room, didn't even really see her, and she just chilled in her room on her phone, got the piece that she needed. She was away from her sister. She woke up this morning, and I said, go back to your mom's.
Yeah. That's perfect.
And it's easy. Like, it really is working.
Yeah.
And so, and the same with Erica. Like, Erica loves Marie. Like, loves Marie to death. Is very protective over Marie.
Aww.
I think Erica likes and loves Marie more than me.
Probably so.
As
most people do.
As most people do.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's fine. It's just like you. I'm the one that introduced y'all, and y'all are better friends, or getting there
Just
at
girlies,
least. Yeah. But like Erica loves Marie to death. She comes over to our house all the time. Even with Luca, when Luca sees Erica.
Yeah, he loves her.
It's not, and Erica will like correct him too. Did you call me Erica? No, it's TT Erica.
Oh.
And so like, it is very healthy.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like a big family.
It is.
It really is. Everyone comes to the cookout, the crawfish bowl. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I think.
Everyone's
it's like,
invited.
oh, I'm friendly now with everyone as soon as I started cooking. How convenient.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So you have, I meant to look this up before I got here. How many followers do you have on TikTok, Instagram?
Not as much as you would think. I mean,
but you just, okay, let me put this into perspective. Sean just started filming these videos 6 months ago, 8 months ago. It has not been a long time.
Something like that.
Something like that. It hasn't been that long. And I believe you've got over almost 6,000 followers on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, your views get into the, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000.
Yeah, I think my highest view count was the Dirty Spaghetti.
And that one was recent.
Yeah, and I think that one is at 71,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's hit or miss for sure.
Yeah.
But
consistency.
Yeah. But yeah, it hasn't been long.
It has not been long. People have there are so many people that have been filming videos for years and they still have 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers, something like that, So you're killing it a little bit. I'm just saying.
Well, I try. It's weird because obviously, like, I am nowhere near like Keith Lee level or any of these even other, people who are getting paid to do it. Right now, but like every now and then, I will walk into the store, and people will just make a comment and be like, "Hey, what you cooking today? When's your next video? Like, it's been a minute. Like, I'm waiting to see your video." And like, I just took Jackson to his freshman football thing, where they talk to all the freshmen, get them ready for football season. And one of the coaches mentioned my cooking video. It's like, I didn't even know that people actually watch.
Yeah.
And so for me, in my head, I'm like, all these people are commenting. And it's like, where's the comments and the likes on my page? Like, you just look, because most people, they
Silent
look at it
viewers.
and they scroll it and they're like, oh, I love this. I'm like, hit that like button, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
if you love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
But it's weird that is slowly what I'm being known for now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Didn't you recently cook for somebody? Like you gave them the chicken Alfredo? Mm-hmm. Was that him, the football coach?
No.
That was someone else.
Yeah, that was someone else. I cooked for him and his family. He is a football coach for Sterlington High School, and he also works the Moccasins game. It's where I met him, was the Moccasins game. And so I cooked the Cajun shrimp and chickens Alfredo.
So mad that I missed that.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
It was good.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so I cooked it for him and his family, and I brought it to him. Like, I met him and said, hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
So, because I love to cook. I don't know why it started that.
Yeah, how did it start? Because
I don't know. So Marie is from Lafayette, and so when we first met, how she kind of got me, I guess, or at least that's what she'll say.
besides saying you cute.
Yeah, you kind of cute. Yeah. So was she cooked for me. Like she invited me over to her house, and I think she was cooking. I think she cooked gumbo.
Oh, that's impressive on a first invitation over gumbo. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not a quick meal by any means.
trust me,
You got
I
to
know.
stir the roux for 30 minutes while I've done it a time or two. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah. I've cooked my fair share. I know. And so now, to be fair, she did not cook this gumbo for me. She had a friend over. It was kind of like, oh, I have gumbo. You're welcome to come over.
I see.
You know, and so in our marriage, you know, in our relationship, like she was always the one who was cooking.
Yeah.
And for me, I was like, girl, you from Lafayette, you finna cook.
Yeah.
But then, like, as slowly and slowly, I was like, do I want her to be better than me in cooking? It's like,
The competition.
yeah. I was like, nah. So I just started doing it. But then I actually fell in love with cooking. I loved the art in cooking. And so, like, obviously now, unless I say, hey, Marie, can you cook tonight? She's like, yeah, for sure. But now she don't even try. Like, she's like, what you cooking tonight?
Well, yeah, because you start cooking at 3, 4 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that way it's ready when the kids get home.
It all depends on what I'm making. But yeah, especially if I'm making a video, it's a little different. Before I started making videos, I would try to have dinner ready as soon as they got home. Because my kids, when they get home, the first thing that they ask is, can I get a snack? Can I get this? Can I get that? And then Marie gets home, and whether she's coming straight from home or if she has band practice afterwards, she's always hungry, and she never eats.
Yeah.
She eats 2 Skittles in a day, and she's like, that was my lunch.
Yeah.
So I try to have food ready.
Yeah.
And so unless I know that other people are coming over later, like if y'all are coming over or whoever, then I'll make it a little bit later, and I'll just let them snack for a little bit. But yeah, for the most part, I try to have food ready. But,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think wasn't it you and Marie that told me I needed to start making videos?
I do feel like that is something that I would do. So I
pretty
will
sure.
take a little bit of credit for that. I'm sure Marie did too.
Yeah,
because
I'm pretty
Marie
sure.
she started getting popular on TikTok last summer. Whenever she was out of school,
Yep.
she started making videos and getting some little like freebies getting sent to her that she was reviewing and everything.
Yep.
And hers got up really fast too. She got a lot of followers really fast.
She got, so you talk about me being successful. She got like 5,000 followers in a matter of a month.
Well, you can't compare yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy, but
I mean, no, I'm not comparing. I'm just stating a fact that
Yeah.
she did
she did.
in a very different way. Because like I don't really follow people on Facebook or on TikTok.
Yeah.
I get on there to post and just blindly scroll sometimes, but like I don't usually follow
Like
people.
interact. She was interacting with people,
Yeah.
like other teachers, that kind of stuff.
And like she, doing like follow for follow and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was different.
Yeah.
On how she got her following and how I got mine. But yeah, she did. She got very popular. She got really into it, started getting sent free things, and then she just quit.
Well, school started
started
back.
back.
Yeah,
School
and then
started
she didn't
back
have
and she just
time.
quit.
But I think looking back on it, I think that was probably what inspired you, if I had to guess. Like that's kind of like
Maybe
it
because
was
she had
around
more
that
followers
time.
than me.
Yeah.
So like,
Oh, there we go.
so I was like,
the
oh,
competition.
Hold on, I gotta do something here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do remember, I think I was like, you should do that. And you did. And you've been doing it. And you've been consistent. And I know it's not always easy to be consistent. Doing these things for videos, it kind of takes some of the fun out of it.
It does.
Yeah.
Like, because I will say, I do miss the time when I just cooked. Like, I just cooked. I didn't have to worry about getting the camera set up and is this the right lighting, the editing. I hate the editing. I hate the editing.
Yeah.
That's why I try to recruit Jordan as much as possible.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, Jordan.
yeah, thank you. I know, and he's a busy man too. So
He is.
I mean, any chance I get, like if somebody wants to record it and edit it, Come on, I'll cook for you. So that's my plug. If you want a free meal from me, just come record and edit my videos.
Okay, I'm trying to think of what I want next for food.
What you want?
I don't know. The shrimp and grits.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably one of my favorites. He did shrimp and grits. That was 10 out of 10. He did a gnocchi soup. I know it sounds pretty.
Chicken and gnocchi soup.
Yeah, chicken and gnocchi soup.
Cajun chicken and gnocchi soup.
Yeah.
You know.
It was flavorful. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
I actually was thinking about doing a dirty shrimp and grits, like a dirty Cajun shrimp and grits.
You should. Since the dirty spaghetti is trending,
Uh-huh.
we got to go dirty.
Go back to the shrimp and grits one.
Yeah,
You really did love that, like
I did.
a lot.
that's my jam. Yeah.
So I mean, it's always a revolving door of like what I'm gonna cook, and like sometimes I get like I'll stall a little bit, like I won't post for a couple of weeks because I run out of ideas of like what I'm gonna cook. Because I'm not
be inspired.
Yeah, and there are some things that I might cook twice on my page, but for the most part, if I've already cooked it, I'm not gonna record it.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just so hard to think of different ideas because anything. So I get a lot of inspiration on TikTok and on YouTube and things like that, or on Facebook. I'll see a recipe. I never follow it how they do it. Like I get my inspiration, get a baseline, and then I just do my own thing on it. And so I'll find myself just saying, okay, what do I want to do? And like I'll just look and I won't see anything. I'm like, none of this sounds good. So I guess I'm not posting anything this week.
I feel like
until
that's
I
how it
find
should
something.
be.
Yeah.
That's art.
Yeah.
You know?
Until I find something that's worth it, you know. So, and that's why like right now I don't know 100% what I'm cooking next. Like I have some meat out right now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet.
The meat that we got from Lafayette.
No. This is meat that I've had in there for a while in the freezer. And I don't know what I want to do. It's a roast, but I always just make a roast. So I want to do something with that meat that's different. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
You'll
We'll
be
have to
you'll
see.
be the first to know. I'm sure you'll be right
That's
over
right.
to get some. So.
Yes, I will. Yeah, he goes to Best Stop in Lafayette. So if you're ever in Lafayette area, that's
And A-Bears.
and A-Bears.
A-Bears is legit. I just cooked that stuffed chicken that you didn't eat.
I didn't. I don't know why I wasn't hungry. I didn't eat it.
That was
I missed out.
It was so good.
Yeah.
So A-Bears is right up there with Best Stop. And Marie says it all the time. Like she thinks that A-Bears is slept on because everybody just knows of like Best Stop and these other places that are like popular on TikTok. But don't sleep on A-Bears.
Now we know. Heard it here first.
They actually have a lot more of a selection too.
Yeah. I don't think I went in there when we went. Anyway,
didn't.
I don't remember. Oh, I just sat in the car.
You and Marie went to get coffee.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, we got coffee.
Yeah.
So that is Who Dat Daddy 318. Who Dat Daddy 318.
Who dat?
So y'all go follow him, please, if you're not already. Anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, I think we've covered who I am, you know. So unless there's specific questions that you have.
Not off the top of my head, but maybe we'll do a part 2 if I think more. But yeah, I just wanted to ask in case you had anything that you wanted to touch on or anything like that. Because I know we've been talking for a minute, but
Yeah, I didn't expect to be talking this much.
Yeah.
For this long.
yeah, it'll be part 2.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else you can think of?
I think I'm good.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much. And you guys have a great rest of your day and join us next time for the Rising Standard podcast. And we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Let's go sell some real estate.
Here
I was
we
like,
go.
what does he say? Okay, bye.